Welcome to the Ashes into Beauty podcast with your host, Stephanie Marie Laswell, divorce concierge at The Divorce Life. Hello, listeners. Thank you for tuning in today. And you get me all to yourself. I don't have a guest today, and I am going to explain a little bit more about what it is that I do and kind of how I got to this place. I'm realizing that a lot of people don't understand or don't know what a divorce coach does because it is a very new profession. And so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that. You're a first-time divorcee and you're probably facing, well, you not probably are, but not knowing what to do or who to contact, where to start. You're facing difficult decisions and a lot of overwhelming emotions. And then you've got this legal system on top of everything that you're unfamiliar with. Well, hopefully you're unfamiliar with it. And there's just a whole lot of unknowns that are probably keeping you up at night. And more likely than not, you have a tribe of people that love you and care about you. Maybe some sprinkled in that don't, but probably for the most part, you've got people that are giving you advice, trying to support you, asking questions like, oh, you guys were so great together. What happened? Or good for you. You need to leave him or her. You're getting opinions left and right. And you don't always want to talk about it, or you don't know who to trust. You might be self-isolating out of, shame and embarrassment, or maybe you just don't even want to answer all the questions that you're getting thrown. And out of all of these things, you're facing life-altering decisions with this roller coaster of emotions, and now you're all alone because you've lost what was probably your thinking partner and the person that you would bounce ideas off of, and now they're not available to you anymore. And so what do you do? It's definitely overwhelming. And even when divorce is necessary, it is not an easy process. It's still hard. It can get really, really messy. People can turn into monsters or people that you've never seen that side of them before. And maybe one of the partners is digging their heels in and really begging and trying to get the marriage to stay together. So divorce is definitely a traumatic life event, and it has a ripple effect that is far and wide, and it can affect you for years to come. And it's not only affecting the immediate family, but the extended family, your social circle, all of those people that were relying on the partnership that they've known and that they've come to love and they've come to rely on. There's a lot of people that are going through this mourning event. And so a lot of times you will find that people don't know how to handle what is happening. And a lot of times you as a divorcee don't know how to handle and manage those relationships. And so that's kind of what a divorce coach does. They're going to help you navigate pre-divorce, the divorce phase, the legal process, the emotional journey, reestablishing life post-divorce, all of those relationships that are mingled in, how to move forward and adjust your relationship with your partner, especially when children are involved. They can help you walk through all of that. And also preparing you to walk into mediation, walk into your divorce lawyer's office, so that you're making the best use of your time and money. Sometimes people come to me and they don't even know where to start, and they think that they need to go right away to hiring a lawyer. And that's definitely an option, but there's a lot of different options that you can look at as well. And going to a lawyer is at the top. Like, there's not really anywhere you can go down from there. So if you start there, you're kind of stuck there, but there might be some other options that you can look at, and not go straight to the top. And so I help educate you on what your options are and kind of help you get organized for either the mediator or your lawyer. So I'm just kind of helping you and coaching you, guiding you through the whole process. And then what does life look like after that? I've been trained to provide holistic support, and I hit on basically all aspects. How are you handling this physically, mentally, emotionally? What finances are needing to be adjusted? Spiritually, what's going on? I want to make sure that we're looking at every area of your life, and making sure that nothing is falling through the cracks, and that you're implementing good self-care practices as you're riding this roller coaster of divorce. It's really, really important that you don't self-isolate during this time and you get the support that you need. I know sometimes it can be hard to humble yourself and ask for help, or sometimes you don't know what kind of help that you need. And so I can help you navigate that, but be that one consistent person in your life that you can go to. And I'm a neutral thinking partner for you. I don't have an opinion one way or the other. What I'm going to do is ask a whole lot of questions and help you figure out where you're at and where it is that you want to go. Giving you options, educating you on the process, connecting you to other local resources, and making sure that you have a good, healthy team that is supporting you through this process. I am not here to give advice or tell you what I did through my divorces or anything like that. I'm here to help you kind of go through a self-discovery process so that you know what the outcome is that you want. You know what you want life to look like post-divorce, and we can work towards a strategic plan in getting you there. And the reason why I do what I do is because I've been through 2 divorces myself, and I definitely self-isolated. I definitely pulled back out of shame, embarrassment. I didn't want my problems to be everybody else's problems. I did have a lawyer, and both of my divorces were very different. But I did learn so many things after the fact that I wish I would have had somebody there telling me and educating me on before I went into the courtroom or before I signed the divorce decree, so that I would understand what I was asking for, what I was taking on, and even some things that I left out that I didn't really have anybody there telling me and walking me through that process. And not only that, when I was self-isolating, I definitely caused a lot more trauma for me to have to overcome, because I didn't necessarily let others in and help me get through that process. And so that's why I'm so passionate about this. I hope that when my clients work with me, that they are prepared and they come out in such a way that the recovery process post-divorce doesn't take as long, and that there aren't as many things that they need to recover from. And so that's why I do what I'm doing. And also, I really am trying to provide a holistic approach in my coaching with my professional background. The financial recovery and aspect of divorce is very near and dear to my heart, because there is more often than not, either both parties divorcing or one party will suffer financially, and there will be financial devastation that takes years to recover from, or sometimes it can be like you never do recover from it. And so going into the divorce with a divorce budget and expectations, helping you get organized financially. I also find that a lot of times is that one party didn't know anything about the finances because the other person took care of that. And so I get to come in and help educate my clients on the financial aspect of what it looks like to adult, because some people have never touched that. And then also helping them come up with a good strategic plan if there are marital assets that are split, and making sure that we're putting those funds in a good, safe place that are going to help my clients get to their financial goals. And then just coming up with budgeting plans, retirement, do we need a new life insurance policy? All of those things that go into a good financial foundation so that people are set up for financial independence. And that doesn't have to be a big unknown for people as they're coming out of divorce. There's so many unknowns, but this is a spot that I love to help people with, because I feel like the financial devastation from divorce can be so overwhelming. I also have experience as a divorce real estate collaboration specialist, and I've gone through training that helps me prepare you and help you look at things a little bit differently than a real estate transaction that is traditional. For one, if we're going to be listing your home, we want to make sure that the family is safe, that the kids are feeling comfortable with this process and we're taking the least amount of stress off of them, that if you're wanting to keep the home, that you're making that decision without a lot of emotions tied to it, and it's a more logical, strategic decision, and that we uncover any kind of risk that might be hiding in the marital home prior to you signing the divorce decree and making that permanent decision. And then, of course, when the time comes, if it's necessary for you to establish a new home, my team is going to make sure that they take really good care of you and make sure that that process is as painless and as joyful as possible. So that's why I do what I do. And I hope that helps explain a little bit more about what a divorce coach does and how I specifically specialize in the finance and real estate side. These things can be combined together, or they can be standalone services. If you just need the divorce real estate aspect, I can do that as a standalone. If you're wanting financial help to set up your financial future and make sure that you are financially independent from your spouse and making plans, how you can build wealth and build a legacy for your family, I definitely can help you with that on an individual level. And actually, all of my financial services I don't charge for. So I'm more than happy to help you as long as it takes on that aspect. And then coaching you through the actual business of divorce, how to prepare for the courtroom, getting organized so that you're not spending a lot of time talking to your lawyer about, just some of the things that you can get done before you walk into your lawyer's office. Handling some of those emotional and mental stresses outside of your lawyer's office is going to help save you time. So I'm basically a thinking partner for you, and somebody that's going to cheer you on and be there to provide you support whenever you need it. And you probably don't have anybody else teaching you how to divorce well. And so that's kind of what I'm all about. I have divorce university workshops that I host once a month, at least once a month, if not twice. And those workshops are always free, and I cover a different topic with other professionals. For instance, I did divorce real estate with an insurance agent and a lender, and we talk about the red flags in divorce real estate, kind of walk you through the process and what are things that you need to be looking out for prior to signing that decree, because you can't reverse a divorce real estate transaction once the decree is signed. So in January, we've got amicable divorce coming up with a mediator. And then also we're going to be doing another divorce real estate class. And then in February, we've got divorce finance and taxes. And then I'm not quite sure what we're going to be doing in March, but you are welcome to come, and you can find that information on my website, thedivorcedlife.com. And also you can pretty much find me on all the social media platforms under that handle as well. And I just want you to know that you don't need to go through divorce alone. It can be very overwhelming, a lot of uncertainties, scary, but please reach out and ask for help. If I cannot help you, I have a great list of wonderful local resources that I can get you in touch with. But you don't need to go through this process alone. Please let me know if there's anything that you would like me to cover on this podcast. And then until next time, do good, do no harm, and radiate love. For more information on services or divorce resources provided by The Divorced Life, you can follow me on Facebook or Instagram, or find us at www.thedivorcedlife.com. Thank you for tuning in and listening, and a big thanks to my producer, Jazz, at the Possibilities Podcast Center.